Talented greatness.
I'm Paul McCallum, CFL kicker, Hall of Famer for 2022, and I'm here on the Only Touch Greatness podcast.
And then 2016, you retired. I mean, you've done a few more things along the way. We'll get to those stats in a sec. But 2016, you retired, signing a one-day contract with the Lions. And how much did it mean to retire as a Lion?
You know what? It was actually a hard decision, to be honest with you. I actually played more games with Saskatchewan. And so when I was thinking about it, for me, it was my happy place in a sense. That's where it's all started, and it's where I lived, and not taking anything away from Saskatchewan, because I could still live there. I mean, I really enjoyed my time there. I've made lots of lifelong friends there. But when I decided, okay, that's it, I'm going to retire, I called Wally and I asked if it'd be okay if I signed a one-day contract. He said, "Yep, no problem, absolutely, everything." And then Neil McAvoy, who his father was my principal, I think played 1 year junior with him, so I've known him from growing up in Surrey. And so when he calls me, he says, "Okay, well, we've got to get you to come inside the contract." So I said to him, this was quite funny. I said, "I've never had $1 million contract. Could you sign? I want make it out for $1 million because we're just going to retire it anyway." And he refused. And I was getting mad. I was like, "No, just add a couple more zeros. Like, just whatever. No, what's the big deal?" So anyway, he wouldn't do it. So I don't know if you're going to get to the point of when I came out of retirement, which I didn't know. But what happens is you have to activate your contract. So that's why he didn't do it. But he didn't tell me.
Smart man.
Yeah. But he signed me to a minimum contract. And so when he asked me to come out of retirement, I was like, I ain't playing for that. It was nice. I retired. They did Dean Valley and I came out and we did the sort of the retirement thing, and they honored us at the game and whatnot. So yeah, it was nice. But BC was playing Saskatchewan later that year, and it was the last game at Taylor Field. And I wanted to go, so the team was chartering. I called Wally and I said, "Look, I want to go to the last game. Is it all right if I pay for the seat?" I said, "I just want to go to the game and I want to fly home. I don't want to go commercial where I've got to stay overnight for WestJet and whatnot." And at the time, she said, "No, we're not doing that." And I was like, "Okay, fine." So I was like, "All right." So call my friend, fly in, picks me up, go to the game, and I'm going to stay over. So because I'm staying over, I had a couple drinks, and I'm in the press box. And Richie Leone, who replaced me, he had missed 2 field goals that game, and they were already going into the playoffs. And so me being me, at halftime, he just missed one, and I come out of the press box, I'm going to grab something to eat, and Neil walks out, and I just looked at him. So I tore him a new button. I'm like, "Listen, Richie is not a field goal kicker." I said, "I think Swayze Water was available or someone." I was like, "Go get somebody else." I said, "Because he's not comfortable." And I talked to him. I know that. And I said, "So go get a field goal kicker. Not like you're going to, if the team struggles in the playoffs because of the kicking game," I said, "if anyone asks me, Neil," I said, "it's your fault." I said, "You guys are putting him in an awkward position, all this kind of stuff and everything else. So whatever." And he's like, "Yeah, fuck off, Paul." So anyway, in the morning, the girlfriend picks me up and I'm going home, and my phone rings and they pull up to the front door. And I'm a real estate agent as well, and I sold Neil his house. So just recently at that point. And so I'm like, "Well, what's wrong with your house?" or whatever. And he calls me and then he just says, "So what are you doing next weekend?" And I go, "What are you talking about?" He says, "Well, do you want to play?" And I said, "Are you serious?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm dead serious." He says, "You're right, Richie, we got to get somebody else." So I said, "Well, I've got to think about it." I go, like, what do we need? What do we need to do here? Like, how do I get out of retirement? Practice, all this sort of stuff. He said, "Well, let me go talk to Wally. I'll call you back." And so whatever, we agreed on a price. And I remember my girlfriend saying to me, she goes, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "What?" She says, you haven't exercised, you haven't been out practicing kicking footballs, you haven't done anything. I'm like going, I'll wing it like this. And the only thing I had done is so from what had happened was in 15, I was in Saskatchewan, we had a bye, and then they traded for Carpina. So there was, I think, 4 games left maybe in Saskatchewan. So I never played from 2015 at the end, say, week 14. I hadn't played. So all I had been doing was I was out with my daughter's soccer team, and I was coaching and teaching them how to, kick properly and take passes and whatnot. And so that was the only kicking of the ball I had. So anyway, I said, well, I'm going to go do it. So then I called Billy Rochelle, the trainer, up, and I said to him, you might not have heard this yet. I said, but you need to get the hot tub ready and bring in some massage therapists. I says, because I'm going to come in and play some games. And it was, so I think first practice I only hit, I think 3 or 4 balls with the team and probably 3 or 4 to warm up, and that was it. So I didn't pull my leg. But yeah.
It's like riding a bike, right?
Yeah, no, the bike was a little rusty as far as hurting.